Hello, Stan here from Tability, and by now you should have seen a couple of videos that show you all the features, not all the features, but a lot of the features that we have. And there are many things that just come out of the box as soon as you add your goals to Tability. So the big question right now is like, how easy is it to add things to the platform? How easy can we create, like how easy is it, to create a plan? So what I'm going to do here is pretend that I'm part of the engineering team, and then I'm going to show you that experience. How do we create an OKR plan for that engineering team? So here's my top level OKRs, and so the first thing I want to do is to create a sub-level plan, basically a sub-plan for that L2 engineering OKRs. So I'm going to click on this button here, and then pick goals and initiatives, and this is where I put the title of my plan. One thing that is important, this thing here is how Tability knows when to send, to nudge people to update progress on the OKRs. So my recommendation, if you do quarterly goals, like update things on a weekly basis. If you did yearly OKRs, then you could do that on a monthly basis. Okay, so I'm gonna now create my plan. And what we do is we wanted to create an experience that would be like super easy to use. And so first of all, we're going to remove out of the view all the things that you don't need. And we've created a custom editor that makes that experience of creating your OKRs like writing a doc. And that's important for us because a typical OKR plan can have like 10 to 20 OKRs, key result to write down. And so we thought that if we had to take you through like 10 to 20 forms to fill to add your goals, that would be terrible. So first of all, this is what I can do. I can start typing my plan and say, for instance, our objective is to improve application performance. And then enter tab, and now I can start typing my key results. And I can say, for instance, that I want to reduce page load from 4 seconds to 1 second. And then enter tab, and then implement the new caching system. So as you can see, this is really convenient because it's literally like writing a doc. One thing that happened as well is that you could see like a little spinner here that basically a spinner before this thing got updated. And it's because as you type your key result, Tability is going to read the content and try to detect what the metric is and set it up for you. Now, if I disagree with that, like I could click on it and then I can go now to that form mode where I can add a little bit more detail. So for instance, I want to mention that in the target, we're talking about 1 second page load. But I could also do other things like this, different types of metric that you can pick. I could go to the advanced section to update the weight or the description of my goal. And the data sources, we mentioned that like in the previous video, but this is where you would set it up as well. So I'm going to leave it as that. So this here, for me, it's a convenient way to do things. But once again, one thing that is important for us is to think about all the ways we can save you a lot of time. And if you're new to OKRs, or not new to OKRs, if you're new to Tability, we don't necessarily want you to spend a lot of time like thinking about how you're going to add goals to Tability or have to discover that UI. It's actually really easy for you to add goals using the magic import. And so what the magic import lets you do, it lets you write your goals in a spreadsheet, which is probably something you've done already. And it's an easy place to collaborate with a lot of people. And so you can write your goals in a spreadsheet and then export a CSV version of that. And if you look at this spreadsheet here, it's basically the format is not particular. It's like as long as someone, a human, can understand what the objectives, key results, and initiatives are, Tability should be able to understand that as well. So I can take that export, and then I can click that import from CSV, and our AI is going to read the content of that spreadsheet and try to extract the OKRs from it. And voila. So the advantage of this method is that instead of you having to come to Tability and then have to learn not only how you do the tracking on day one, but also the goal setting, it's not that it's very complicated, but we think that it might be just as fast for you to just work in a spreadsheet, update your goals there, and then add them to Tability. Now now that the goals are in Tability, all I need to do is to basically click on the target field. And for instance, here I say reduce customer acquisition cost by 15%. All I need to do is to indicate, what are we talking about, right? For instance, we can have a target of 450 CAC, and we're starting at 700. And so I just have to do that for the different goals. And then if I need to assign it to different people, this is how I would do it. And that's it. This is how you can save a lot of time to onboard your teams really quickly with our platform. Another thing that I want to mention before moving on, so you're going to find here a plan score. And the plan score is a static analysis basically of the structure of your plan and as you move things around, for instance, like what it does, it tries to detect issues. And so here, if I keep adding a lot of objectives under the same goals, it's going to say to me, first of all, some objectives don't have enough goals. And if an objective has too many goals, it's also going to indicate it to me, right? And so it's going to reduce that score. And it's basically looking at the structure of your plan to try to guide people and help them, like I said, things in a better way. You can go, I'm just like rearranging things a bit, but we can also, it's not just the only way we can provide feedback. This AI feedback here, what it does, it goes one step further, and it's going to read the content of your plan and try to detect ways it can be improved from an OKR perspective. So if I say something like this, right? If this was just performance, and then take performance, and then here I'll say MR, instead of explaining what we're trying to achieve, and here in backlinks and mentions. So those are things that we see sometimes happening, right? Where people, they just put themes and more like keywords instead of really the intent that they have. This here normally should be able to detect this kind of issues and then provide me feedback on how I can set things in a better way, right? So here, so outcome should be more specific instead of MR. What is offering is to say, increase MR by X, right? So I can just update it and correct this. This key result should be measurable to track progress effectively. Same thing, I can update things here. Same like here for my objective, it should be action oriented and provide a clear direction. Okay, so this is going to help you scale, especially if you're like rolling out OKRs to a large set of users and you don't have the time to coach everyone. This feedback and this plan score is going to help people set goals in a better way. Now, if I'm happy with this, I can just hit publish, and then now I'm back into my plan tracking mode. And so from here, I can just start, working on it with my team and updating progress, and everything is going to work. I'm going to see my goals appearing in my focus page. I'm going to be able to go to the different people that I work with and see how these goals are attached to them and how they evolve over time. That's it for me. Thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, please reach out to our team and we'll be happy to give you a more in-depth demo and maybe help you migrate those goals to Tability as well. Thank you.